Folks, welcome once again to another episode of the WrestleCord News Break. I'm your host, Ryan. It's May 21st, 2026. Let's get into some of the headlines in the world of pro wrestling and MMA. Last night was AEW's 3-hour block of programming, 2 of Dynamite and 1 of Collision. The show was live from Portland, Maine, with Dynamite being main evented by Darby Allin putting the gold on the line against Speedball Mike Bailey. It was a hard-fought match, lots of action in and out of the ring. At one point, MJF, who was on commentary, would get involved putting Speedball's foot on the ropes. This would trigger Kevin Knight to come out and chase MJF away from the ring. Interesting, considering MJF was only helping Knight's own tag team partner. After a Scorpion Death Drop and multiple Coffin Drops, it would be the Scorpion Deathlock that would get the submission for Allin. After the match, Kevin Knight gave Allin a motivational speech saying if Knight can beat MJF, then so can Allin. Which I thought was pretty obvious, since Allin had already beat him for the belt. Jet Speed would leave and MJF will return, attacking Darby from behind and pulling buzz cutters from under the ring. He would go after Darby, but Darby fought back and got a hold of the electric shears himself. MJF would bail out before he could lose any hair. It was an anything goes war that saw staple guns, barbed wire, a thumbtack covered knee pad, and even the deadly cheese grater. A bloody Mark Briscoe would survive the Psycho Killer's onslaught and get the win over Tommaso Ciampa with the Dre Driller through a table and then the Froggy Bow. Swerve was in the house and so was Bandito. The two fought in and around the ring before Bandito would get the better of Swerve and send him packing. In quick action, Roosh killed TJ Crawford with the bullhorns to get another win. With another 5-minute women's tag team title eliminator, the Divine Dominion would plow through another set of randos, Ellie Valentine and Kayla Lopez. Willow Nightingale is out of the Owen Hart Cup tournament and her TBS title as well. Willow delivered the news during a backstage promo saying she needed surgery. It was revealed there will be a wild card match to determine who replaces Nightingale in the Owen, where the winner will go on to face the women's champion at All In London. There is still no word on the fate of the TBS title. The show started with a crazy trios match that saw Mark Davis, Andrade, and Ricochet take on Jericho and the Young Bucks. Prior to the match, Jericho was determined to come up with a name for the trio, but couldn't decide on just one. I think Y2 Jackson was the best. This thing went all over, folks. Even the timekeeper's table took some punishment. The dogs ended up getting involved, with Finlay nailing Matt with his shillelagh and Andrade covering him for the win. The Hurt Syndicate would come down and there would be a giant brawl, a little preview of what we're going to get at Stadium Stampede this Sunday. On the Collision side of the card, Jon Moxley took on Kyle O'Reilly in a Continental title eliminator match. Finally, one of those works out in favor of the challenger, as Kyle would last a 20-minute time limit, earning himself a shot at Jon's Continental Championship. Bringing the show to a close in the main event, the World Tag Team titles are up for grabs. It's Roderick Shaw and Orange Cassidy challenging FTR with Big Stoke at ringside. This was a good solid match, with FTR controlling most of it. Roddy and Orange brought the fight as always, but it would be Stoke helping FTR steal the win by hitting Orange Cassidy with Cage's stolen watch, allowing Dax to get the pin and bring the show to a close. MLW Fusion is back. Starting May 30th, Major League Wrestling will bring you weekly episodes of Fusion on Saturday nights at 6:05 Eastern, streaming free for us all on YouTube. There were rumors of Fusion getting a new TV deal after MLW held tapings earlier in the year. Of the move to free YouTube streaming that makes the company no money, MLW CEO Court Bauer would say, 6:05 is sacred ground. That time slot belongs to the history of this sport, as made famous by legendary Ted Turner. We're not just bringing back a weekly show, we're planting our flag and celebrating wrestling's southern soul. MLW is back. It's free. Yeah, no shit. And it's built for the fans who remember what Saturday Night Wrestling felt like. In more big news of the day, it looks like someone was trying to ruin their career faster than RVD and Sabu in a car. Ludwig Kaiser, real name Marcel Barthiol, was arrested on charges of battery after allegedly hitting a man back in April 23rd. This was during a confrontation in an elevator. That's not the type of confrontations I like to have in elevators. After paying 1,000 pesos, I mean dollars, folks, Ludwig is already back on the streets, much to the chagrin of the original El Grande Americano. Lately in WWE and AAA, Kaiser has been masquerading around as a luchador doppelganger to Chad Gable's masquerade of a luchador, El Grande Americano. The two men were set for a big mask versus mask bout at AAA's Noche de los Grandes show in Monterrey on May 30th. There is no word on if this could jeopardize that event. WWE can probably just put anyone out there and pretend anyway. TNA Impact is tonight on AMC at 8 p.m. Matt Hardy battles Vincent. Ilana Black versus Indy Hartwell. Mustafa Ali defends the international title against Chaz Starboy Hall. Xia Brookside takes on Jada Stone. And Mike Santana versus Steve Macklin for the world title. Also tonight on Honor Club and my AEW app, Ring of Honor brings you AR Fox versus Shane Taylor for the ROH TV title. Action Andretti versus QT Marshall. Alex Price and Jordan Oliver wrestle Arya Davari and Tony Nese, the premier athletes. A Proving Ground match has Deonna Purrazzo versus Janai Kay. Leo Rush versus Aaron Solo. Diamante teams with Billy Starks against Queen Aminata and Mina Shirakawa. We'll get to see Rush in action, plus the new World 6-Man Tag Team Champions, Dalton Castle and the Outrunners. Sounds like an 80s hair band. Dalton Castle and the Outrunners. Plus, Maya Will and Haim will take to the ring. Should be a pretty fun show, folks. With that, we're at the end of today's news break. I'm Ryan, signing off, hoping to see you all again tomorrow.